Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Schirkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. Today, guys, we are here to talk about the Bengals-Ravens game that wrapped up several hours ago. Sorry for the delay, guys. Just had a really busy afternoon with family stuff and all of that. So, Ravens taking a 27-3 win over the Bengals. Not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting much more of a competition. I was expecting Joe Burrow to not crap the bed, but that did happen. So, let's start. Let's get the negatives out of the way first. Offense was very, very flat today. I thought that, our defense played so well, and we forced turnovers. We've got a couple turnovers, some fumbles, some interceptions. Overall, once we got a turnover and the Ravens got the ball back, we stalled out. We only got one after Marcus Peters got that pick towards the end of the first quarter on Burrow. The Ravens did get a touchdown that drive, I'm pretty sure, but that was the only time we really capitalized. Offense was a big disappointment today. I don't really know why, because the Bengals defense is horrendous, but they actually played pretty well on us. I was kind of disappointed with our execution. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, why in the world did we throw the ball so much? And I got to be honest, you're asking the same question I'm asking. I understand, we want to get Lamar Jackson more comfortable throwing the football, because if we run into that scenario where we're down and we do have to throw, Jackson will know what to do. We learned that against Tennessee in the playoffs last year. We had to throw it, and Jackson wasn't ready for that. We, as a team, were not ready for that. We were used to just piling it on, being able to rush for 200-plus yards. We needed to put the ball in the hands of Lamar Jackson and make him and let him throw, and it didn't work so well. So, again, I know I don't want to skip back to the bad parts, but I think that probably was part of the game plan on how we needed to get Lamar Jackson more comfortable throwing, especially from the pocket, and trusting his receivers more. I gotta be honest, guys, I know I'm trying not to be, a nasty Nancy, but I'm concerned with our offense, especially in the passing attack. Receivers are pretty trash, to be honest. Marquise Brown played well today. I like Marquise Brown a lot. I think he's a great receiver, and I can't wait to see what he does as long as he stays healthy. But our quote-unquote secondary receivers are just awful. Miles Boykin has probably been the biggest disappointment of the year so far. I forget what round he was taken in, but I was actually really hyped up to get him in the 2019 draft. I really thought he was going to make a big impact. He was pretty quiet last year, but I was like, oh, okay, rookie year, it's okay. He'll turn it on. And even Boykin was like, I had a rough rookie year. I'm going to turn it on this year. It did not happen. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's not happening so far. Boykin has been incredibly quiet. Sorry, guys, there's just my dog in the background. Boykin has been very, very quiet. So, at the same time, that doesn't mean that he's never going to turn it on, okay? It's a long season, but he needs to step it up because teams are treating Marquise Brown as a number one wide receiver. And while Marquise Brown is good, he can't be getting all the targets. We need to spread it around more. And again, that's not on Marquise Brown at all. If anything, it's on Lamar Jackson, I guess, along with the receivers for not getting open. But my main issue with our passing game, Lamar Jackson really has a habit of only throwing to two guys, Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown. He's not throwing the ball to Duvernay much. He's very rarely throwing it to Steve. And again, is that his fault or is it the receiver's fault for not getting open? I would say it's probably a combination of both. But in order to establish a successful passing attack and have it consistent, you need to be able to spread the ball around. You can't just have one guy, So that is concerning to me. I know technically we have two guys, but Andrews has injury issues, and when he's banged up, he is pretty much non-existent. And as good as he is, we need to have more targets. So, does that mean we should trade for a receiver? I'm not going to be against it. I think we'll probably trade for a pass rusher before a receiver. But passing attack, very concerning. The Bengals defense is terrible, and we still could not get anything going. So I'm concerned about the passing attack. Rushing attack, Lamar Jackson totally shut down in the running game today. The running game especially really had a hard time getting going. The one positive out of today's offensive game, I kind of feel like Mark Ingram started to turn it on a bit, especially in the second half. We saw Ingram get enough with the 2-3 yard runs. We saw him explode, get a couple 10-plus yard runs. Ingram really started to break open. I'm hoping that will start to get him going because, man, Ingram has been so quiet this year. I'm really hoping that'll churn something up. But I don't think I'm not going to say I don't think it will, but I think the Ravens are starting to shadow away from Ingram. We saw some of that today. We fed Edwards quite a bit. One thing I'm noticing, which kind of confuses me. So we fed the three guys. We spread it around in week 1. We fed Ingram a good amount. We fed Edwards a good amount. We fed Dobbins a good amount, and it worked pretty well. The rushing attack wasn't great, but it was a good mix. Dobbins got 2 rushing touchdowns. I feel like ever since then, we haven't fed him much, and I don't really know why. It's kind of weird, especially since J.K. Dobbins is a rookie, very healthy, very quick, and again, Gus Edwards and Ingram are very good, but I don't really know why we're not feeding Dobbins much. It's a little bit weird. I really hope that we change that because I'm a big fan of J.K. Dobbins. I think he'll be a great, he's a great fit for us and he'll have a great career. So I don't know, to be honest, but Greg Roman needs to call more running plays. And when we ran the ball, it did work for the most part once we stuck to it. But what Roman has a habit of doing is, okay, we run the ball once, get 3 yards. Yeah, sure, that's mediocre. But then he shadows away from it. He shines away from it, I should say. Then we start throwing the ball a lot. And I'm okay with us throwing it, but not every play. Because then the team that just sits back and is like, okay, here comes another pass. Where's he going to throw it? We need to have a better mix-up, a better mix of what we're doing. I want us to be more multi-dimensional. And last year we were incredibly multi-dimensional. This year I'm not liking what I've seen. The offense looks lethargic, out of sync. We have not played very well. Again, it's early in the season. We did have a little bit of a hiccup last year as well. Week 4 against the Browns, we really struggled. Week 5 against the Steelers, we were terrible. Jackson threw like 3 picks. And then ever since we beat the Seahawks, ever since we beat the Seahawks in Week 7, our offense was absolutely insane until the playoffs. So, I'm not going to panic yet, but it is something to keep an eye on. Alright, let's go to defense. Defense destruction today. Everything. The defense, I love what I saw today. I know the Bengals offensive line is terrible besides Jonah Williams, but our pass rush was better than it's ever been today. Ever been mean like than it's been in a while, at least dating back to last year. Our pressure was excellent today. I know we blitzed a good amount and our DBs got some sacks, but I really like the push from our front 4. I know I'm biased, but Justin Madubuike, man, I was so happy to see him come back on the field. He didn't get any sacks today. But if you saw at 92, if you really zoomed in on, he made a couple nice plays against the run. And I'm not going to say he got consistent pressure, but I do think he's going to help in that rotation because Madubuike is kind of the only interior pass rusher we have because Brandon Williams, Justin Ellis, they're run stuffers, and Calais Campbell moves around more. Wolf is a pure run stuffer. He's not a very good pass rusher. So I'm really I'm really curious to see how Madubuike kind of opens up our pass rush. And I'm not going to say that it was because of him why we played so well today in the pass rush, but I do like what I saw from him, and I'm really hoping it changes the theme of our pass rush, because our pass rush is a huge weakness right now, and I'm really hoping that could change, or at least get modified. Pernell McPhee had a nice sack today. Judon had pressures. I don't think he got a sack, but Judon continues to play well. Let's see. Again, Madubuike, nice job pushing the pocket. Again, opening up the passing game. The pass rush, taking up space. Who else had sacks? Jimmy Smith got a sack. I think I.S. Bowser may have gotten one. Marcus Peters got one. Marlon Humphrey got one. And Deshaun Elliott got one. So the secondary was feasting on them today. So really, really happy to see that. I know that means that we were blitzing, but... and Patrick Queen got a sack as well. So our pass rush, again, great today. I really hope that can spark us up and get us going. I really think that can help get us going. And as we saw, when we generate at least a decent pass rush, it doesn't have to be insane, but it at least has to be decent. Our defense is excellent. They scored 3 points today, and they really shouldn't have scored at all. It was a field goal in the last minute where no one cared. So it really could have been 27-0, but it was 27-3, but it almost was a shutout. When we get that pass rush, look what happens. We have probably the best secondary in the NFL. And again, it's very, very good. But when there's absolutely no pass rush, it does break down eventually. And we saw that when we got pressure, forcing Burrow to throw it earlier the secondary was locked down. It was perfect. And the Bengals it's not like they have a shallow receiving core. Their receiving core is very good. Tyler Boyd, Auden Tate, T. Higgins, and I would say A.J. Green, but he sat out most of the game today. No clue why. I think it was kind of like a little holdout. He's sick of the Bengals. He wants to move on, and I know you don't like people who do that, but I kind of don't blame him. He needs to get a new team, man, because they're just so bad. He needs a new team. But anyways, great defense today. This was by far our best defensive game of the season. No doubt about it. Love what I saw from the defense today. Excellent job. So, and again, in a way, it's okay. You know, our offense has a down day. Our defense picks us up. I don't want it to be the case every time because then we're going back to the 2017 Ravens. But, you know, it's all right. We'll keep it going, and our offense will get cooking eventually. It always does. We're gonna have little sparks, or I shouldn't say that. We're gonna have little bumps, I should say, here and there. But I'm confident the offense will get its act together and will turn similar into our team last year. We're not gonna go 14-2 again, but I do think we're going to continue to get better and better. And we'll take it from there, and hopefully we can have more playoff success down the road. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like in the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I am out. Peace and have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Great Ravens game today, and I will see you next weekend.